like I did that one day.
Good morning, everyone. And once again, I'm still in my pajamas. It is 7 o'clock. If you hear Christy, I'm actually live with her on Instagram as well. And we're actually talking about cricket machines. And no, to answer Christy's question is, have I kept all of my cricket machines that I've had? The answer is no. I gave my baby bug to someone at church with some cartridges that I had. My Expression 2 I had forever. I literally had it forever. After I had my Explorer, I actually gave it to a friend with all of my cartridges except for my Disney ones. I gave, because she owns a daycare, and she would message and go, hey, could you make me X? Hey, could you make me X? Hey, could you make me X? And I just gave her the Expression and the cartridges. And I'm like, here you go. You can now pay for your own paper and make it on your own. So I did that. Good morning, Cricket Fox. Welcome in. My Explorer 1, I ended up selling to a teacher at school. Good morning, Theme Park Adventures. Welcome in. I sold my
Theme Park Adventures.
I sold my Explorer 1 to a teacher at school. And I told her, I said, this is, you have to have the Explorer 1 you had to have is the first one that you had to have computer access because it's all digital. I sold it to her for $50 because it's literally out of date. There's been the Explorer 2 and now the Maker, and I had that one for 5 years, and I mean, it had been put through its paces and stuff, and I'm like, it still works because I had just been using it. And she's like, that's fine. I can make it, because if you've ever worked in a school, the die cuts are so generic, and the big thing for teachers is they want a Cricut because they can make more things for their classrooms with it. And so how's the new car? Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, I absolutely adore it. We named him Sebastian because he is red. We had 750 miles on it when we bought it. It was at the end of April, I think. And it's now got close to 5,000 miles on it. And that's just from road trips and stuff that we've taken. It's been amazing to be able to go and do things. We've been to Oklahoma City a lot. We've been to Branson several times. We've been to a very, 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 very small town in the middle of Amish country, Illinois, for Christmas decor for Sam. And we've been to Muskogee, Oklahoma. It's been around, and it's been fantastic to do that because we would not, and it's like that to fill it up. It would have never been possible to do half of what we've done in the past month without trading in the truck. The truck was done. I was really sad to get rid of the truck because it was one of those last, Howard had owned it before we owned it. And so it was like I still had a piece of Howie with me, but I had my dragon, and the truck was falling apart. So it was time to go. I kind of mentioned something about it. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the video or not, but I mentioned it to my dad, and Dad's like, your brother would have kicked your butt for holding onto the truck because he had owned it. He goes, that's dumb. I'm like, I'm sorry. So we are loving the new car. It's getting ready to go. We wash it every weekend. Part of that is because it's so rainy right now, and where Sam works is it's gravel and mud where he parks. So but we wash it on the weekends and vacuum it and whatnot, just to keep, make sure that nothing's on it that's going to start deteriorating the paint and stuff. So loving the new car.
I don't don't think it was crazy that you held on to it, just because everybody holds on to something from someone that they lose. And I still have voice messages from my dad.
Yesterday I looked at Sam. He's like, "What's wrong?" I go, "I'm missing Howie today." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Do you need a Dr. Pepper?" I go, "I need a Dr. Pepper." So Sam went and got me a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, so my dad died July 1st of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have voice messages from him from June and from May. And I'm like, yep, I'm keeping them.
Yep.
I don't want them to go away.
Yep.
I listen to them every now and then.
Melanie says, "I love my Cricut Air too." Yes. It's taken a little bit of getting used to the everything being in design space as far as like the cutting and the pressure and the type of material that you're cutting, because my Explorer not a problem, Cricut Fox. I know it. I don't know what time it is in Australia, but I'm sure that it's, bedtime for you. Thanks for popping in. With my Explorer Air 1, everything was a dial on, for if it was vinyl, I'd turn it to vinyl or paper or whatever. It was all on top. Now it's all digital, and so that's taken a little bit of getting used to.
We were talking about food this morning.
Yeah.
So I just growled.
I'm sure it did. It's like, hey, you were talking about it. Feed me.
It's like a mental thing when that happens.
Right.
Because I could probably start working and completely forget about eating.
Right.
Alright. Yeah, so this is literally what I do every morning. Listen to music, put on makeup, right here at this spot. But I normally have a robe on. Rather than sweat. Yo, VIP. Ice. Ice. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new tune. I'm not gonna start singing. I already did, but Ice. How often do you see me contour?
Not a whole lot. Typically, you're already done with your foundation by Thursday night.
Yeah.
Melanie says, "The job I have for tomorrow is online teaching, and the instructions literally are to just sit and wait for a student to ask for help." Yeah, online teaching. It cannot be fun.
Yep, throwing it back to the 90s. Ice. Ice. wish that company would call me back about the lash extensions.
Yeah.
I need to get my brows too.
Hey, it's fine because I can get my work done at the same time. Yeah, I can understand that. Sam's feeling pretty good. He got to come home. They were off early yesterday with pay, so that's nice. He got to come home and got all of his homework done for the week done. So we get to kind of just hang out tonight. Don't have to worry about homework, which is really nice. So oh, okay. Christy's apparently done. Okay. So I will be over here. Yeah, I'm really glad that Sam is doing better. It's gonna be he has a neurologist appointment next Friday. So I'm glad for that. They got him in really quickly. I'm spacing out, I was gonna say. They got him in their next appointment wasn't going to be until November. But they were able to work him in. I sent Christy the link. So we'll see if she's able to come hang out with us for a little bit on this end. That was kind of weird, like talking back and forth between the two. So yesterday, I was kind of talking about this on Instagram, on the Insta Live a little bit. Want any more coffee? Yesterday, I got my work area in here cleaned up. So that's nice. So today's job is going to be working in the kitchen once I'm done with the live. It's also trash day, so I want to get some of it done and finished up before the trash man gets here, so it just like the trash goes out and I start the rest of the house cleaning with empty garbage cans, because I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you like clean up and take out trash. It appears. It's kind of like laundry. Like seems like there's never, like, laundry never stops. It seems like everything. Yeah, that's the way I think it is with trash. Like you find it in really random places. You're like, where did this come from? Because I swear I just cleaned this. So one of the things that I'm working on, Christy and is Christy still alive? Okay, weird. Okay. I don't know what happened. Huh.
I'm wondering if it's because I was listening to music. I don't really know. No,
So it sounds like Christy got kind of cut off there. But that's okay. We'll just kind of hang out. Oh, so Chimford, we always have the vacuums running. Yeah, it is. It's like a never-ending thing. So I want to make sure that, and I always typically I do it on Tuesdays, but I didn't. Typically Tuesday is my refrigerator clean out day because trash goes out on Wednesday. So hopefully I will get that done before the trash guy gets here. If not, I mean, it's no big deal. It'll just be in the dumpster up outside. Because, there's always something that's, so that is, that's kind of what's going on here. One of the other things is, Christy was talking yesterday. She's like, Lindsay and her from Welcome to the Simple Life on Instagram. She's like, do you have a Pirate Day collab or a 4th of July collab? And collabs are different from swaps. Collabs are like where you make something or you cook something and there's like a whole bunch of other people participating, but everyone just uploads their video at the same time and everyone watches everyone's video. And so, it's kind of like a little YouTube video hop. A swap is where like you literally sent something to someone else and someone else has sent something to you. So I think I'm like up to 6 collabs now but I mean, at least it's fairly simple to do. I just kind of keep track of who's in it. And if you do it, fine. If you don't, I mean, it's not like someone else is waiting on you to upload a video because they're waiting on a box. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, I can do a pirate one. National Talk Like a Pirate Day is in September. I looked it up. And busy, but being busy is a good thing. Yeah, busy is being a good thing. I would rather be busy over the summer than not be busy. And one of my goals is to deep clean, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm doing cleaning that didn't get done during the school year. I mean, I cleaned during the school year, don't get me wrong. We just don't live like in a pigsty. But like the deep clean stuff that I wanted to do didn't get done. And so I'm going through and doing my cleaning. And then I will go back around and do a deep cleaning. My goal is to have the house vacation ready by the time school starts. And by vacation ready, I mean, literally, if we walked out the door on like when we walk out the door in December, when we go on vacation, when I walk back in the door, there won't be dishes sitting in the sink. There won't be laundry that needs done, in theory. There won't be trash that needs to go out. The house will be vacation ready. One of the things that I have learned, and this is actually a travel tip that I did for the channel, is if you it's hard enough to come home from vacation. Sorry, I've got weird itch. It's hard enough to come home from vacation because you are having fun. You're like, oh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Hey, there she is.
So I don't know. I think my music was keeping Instagram from like staying on live.
Weird.
So I was just like, meh, I'll just go ahead and come over here.
It's hard enough to come home from vacation anyway, but if you're coming home for vacation to a chore list, that makes it even worse. So, and I feel the same way coming
music off.
Coming home from school, that if I can have the house vacation ready before school starts, I know that when I come home, all I have to do is pop dinner in the oven or make quesadillas that night or whatever it is. I don't have to worry about it. That I don't have to worry about, oh, there's dishes from last night, or I forgot I didn't take out the trash yesterday, or whatever. If the house is vacation ready when I'm ready to go back to school, it will make the fall so much easier. Because it's not going to be like last year, where I'm going to be subbing, I don't know which was harder. being a sub or being full-time. Because as a sub, I literally had to be up and ready every day and not know if I was doing anything that day. Or they could tell, I would always check, because typically the elementary school is the one that called me more. On the way out the door, I'd go, hey, do you need me tomorrow? And they're like, no, we're good tomorrow. Don't worry about it. No one's gone tomorrow. Okay, cool. So I wouldn't get up and dress. I'd kind of be just lounging in my pajamas, watching something on TV, whatever. And then ring, ring, the phone rings. Hey, Lena, we need you to come in and sub as soon as you can get here. Really? All right. Well, and I tell them, I would always tell them it'll be about an hour. By the time I'm up, dress, and drive, get over there, they're like, okay, that's fine, not a problem. So typically if they called me at 8, I could be there by 8:45, 8:50 at latest. But sometimes they wouldn't call me until 8:30. And it really depended on who they were. And they may tell me, hey, you're going to sub for this person. And by the time I get to the school, I was subbing for somebody totally different. So I haven't decided which is worse. Like just being up and go, or be up, ready to go, and not go anywhere.
I think the up, ready to go, and not go anywhere is worse.
Yeah. Because I would be like, okay, I got up and dressed and I could have been asleep. Yep. But then my brain was always like, but what if they call? But what if they call? But what if they call?
But so what if they don't? Because if they don't, then you're like, ugh. I can't see the chat, so I don't know who's in there.
Right now, it is Melanie from the Theme Park Adventures and Timothy Rainwater.
Well, hello, Melanie and Timothy.
So yeah. But anyway, I think that it's so much easier to come back from vacation or get home from work or get home from school, or because, you know, if you're in school full time or if you're working full time, not at home, to be able to come home and not go, I still have all this cleaning to do.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not so hard. And Growl Guy.
Hey, Randy.
When you get home from work, you're just like, okay, fine, I'll do it tomorrow. Or, you know, I'll get it done this weekend. You know, you already know that it needs done. But when you've been on vacation, you tend to forget about the things that happen at home or were going on at home. So when you walk in the door, you're like, oh, I left like 5 dishes in the sink before we left. Why did I do that? I have to literally stop what I'm doing and wash dishes before we can do anything. And coming off of vacation, that's just not fun. So I want to be prepared. I want to be done. I want it to all be ready to go. And then, like I said yesterday, I want to spend some time in August preparing some meals and stuff to be ready for the school year. Whether it's just breakfast, whether it's dinner, because I'm telling you, I am so, you can only eat so many Wendy's hamburgers or so many Sonic Coney dogs or so many Subway sandwiches or so many pizzas of any kind or Chinese food or whatever before you're like, I am so sick of this.
Mm-hmm.
But literally when Sam gets up for work at 4:30 in the morning during the school year, I'm typically awake when he is, because I get up and I eat my breakfast, and by the time his alarm goes off at 4:20 and then his alarm goes off at 4:30, it's kind of awake, like, okay, 4:20, I'm kind of awake, lay there and kind of wake up for 10 minutes. At 4:30 he gets up to get ready for work, and go to work. It's going on 5 o'clock. There's no point really when I have to leave at 6. And so that's time to get up, cleaned up, dressed, eat breakfast, make lunch. What I did find was if I made my lunch the night before when I was making dinner, it really did help out. It saved me 10 minutes. And I have time in the evening that I don't have in the morning.
Stop that yawning.
I'm sorry. The coffee got cold.
I haven't even had mine yet.
Cold coffee is not good.
No, not unless it's iced coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't pick this up.
So, but yeah, I want to be able to get some things like prepared and things like taco meat, even having it done and that all I have to do is throw it in the oven, or not throw it in the oven, throw it in the microwave after, like, put it in the refrigerator like the night before. Okay, tomorrow we're having tacos, or tomorrow we're having build your own nachos. And so we're gonna need taco meat. And if I even having that done to where all I have to do is like warm it up instead of wait for it to cook would be, you know, helpful. Same way with like spaghetti meat. And I did used to do it. I did used to do that.
I used to. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Timothy says, I pretty much don't eat a lot of fast food any longer. I'll swing by to get Paula and Courtney something, but I usually pass. I mean, I know it's not healthy for you, but I'm like done at the end of the day.
I hear ya. Yeah, so they're live on Instagram. It didn't say for whatever reason, but I think it's because it ended, like it forced ended it.
I wondered what happened. I was like, oh, she must have ended. I was very confused.
No, it forced the end both times, and I think it was because of the music. I guess. All right.
Yeah, Randy says, I need to lay off fast food, but it's too convenient. Yeah, exactly. It's convenient, and you don't have to think about it, but I'm just kind of tired of it. So, ignore the grammar mistakes. I haven't had my cup of joe. Oh, I'm not grading grammar. If we're grading grammar, then I'm in trouble. Oh, I yawned and my ears popped. So, I know that I thought about doing this as a daily live stream. I don't know if I will. It may be, I may end up going back to just doing it once a week. And I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. And then my phone's buzzing. What is happening? Okay, I thought you meant to go backstage.
Oh no, I switched.
Gotcha. I thought you were maybe doing something with your makeup. So I was like, okay, whatever.
No, I switched from my phone to.
Gotcha. I was very confused. Very confused. Oh, that's hot. I mean, nice. Like, I'm glad it's hot, but it's hot.
maybe instead of like doing it, I mean, maybe have like a set day, kind of like Wednesdays, but have the option to go whatever day you want to do it.
And see, that's what I was like, I was going to do it every Wednesday. Because he's like, no, you should do it every day. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to, I only get 20 hours a month for free.
Yeah.
Do you have the unlimited one?
Mm-mm. No, I've never reached my 20 hours though. I did one time come about 30 minutes from the 20 hours, but I've never.
I was going to look and see. 1, 2, 3. I was going to see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I mean, I stream at least once a week and sometimes twice a week.
Yeah.
And I don't reach it.
Yeah. I right now, but 20
you could
hours.
do it on Instagram though.
I could. I might. I think I'll go back to doing this as Wednesdays only, because that way, if I decide I want to sleep in, I'm not going, oh my gosh, I've committed to doing a daily live stream.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be summer vacation.
No such thing for a parent.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that some
I don't even know who's in chat. I can't see chat. I haven't looked.
Chat, it's still just Randy, Timothy, and Melanie.
Okay.
Okay. Randy says, I'm from South Carolina. We don't sweat grammar here. That is the same in Kansas. Same in Kansas. All right, guys in chat, Melanie, Timothy, Randy, I need some ideas for the Star Spangled collab that I'm hosting now. What are some ideas that I could do for a craft? I have no idea. I'm so confused now.
A wreath, a door wreath.
I could. I want to do something I can do with scrapbook paper, because I've got so much of it. Sam actually commented, he's like, you have so much scrapbook paper that you aren't using. Well, I used to scrapbook all of our trips and make all my die cuts and all that kind of stuff. But I vlog now. I don't take tons of pictures. So Sam's like, he's like, in theory, you're going to want to scrapbook our cruise. I'm like, yeah, that's very true. I'm going to probably scrapbook our cruise. But I don't really scrapbook I didn't take a whole lot of pictures on our 2019-2020 trip. I vlogged everything.
Yeah.
What?
Make Mickey door hangs, like Mickey shaped door hangs.
Mm-hmm.
You make a Mickey, like a circle with circles with their construction paper. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. And make it red, white, and blue. And then you can also make smaller ones and put a little flap on it, like do construction paper and glue around the edge size, and use it as mousekeeping tips.
Ooh, I like it.
Do that. I did that as a DIY 2 years ago. So
yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. Ain't gotten
a makeup look, so you can have my idea.
You're doing a makeup look? I'm stunned.
Stunned. I am going to take some pictures. I will still
absolutely stunned. Absolutely had no idea that's what you're going to do.
Brand new information.
Brand new info. Christy does makeup. Who knew?
I'm going to take a couple of pictures so I can do this, but I'll be able to hear you, and you should be able to hear me if I respond.
Okay. So yeah, I like that. I like the idea of doing mousekeeping tips. I know right now they are not offering mousekeeping, but my guess is that it's something that will come back in the future. But we don't know in what kind of direction Disney will be going with it. I know places like the DoubleTree and the Hilton, they've already kind of commented that room service, like housekeeping, will become by request, because I know a lot of people anyway, they're like, I don't want somebody in my room. I know Sam and I, when we would go to Disney, even if we were going for 2 weeks, we would always opt out of housekeeping. Yeah, it gave you an extra, it was you got a gift card incentive to do that. I don't think they're doing that now because it's like across the board, there's no housekeeping. But I know that they're recalling housekeeping because I'm sure hazards of having a pet, random pet hair in the air flies into your mouth. Like for like when people leave. But I know that the Hilton hotels, which is like Hampton, Hilton, DoubleTree, Hilton's, when I made our last reservation, said that housekeeping will be like by request. So I don't know if that means that you can say, hey, we want someone to come in and kind of take out our trash and make our beds every day. Sam and I would just make our own bed. We just throw the blankets back up and it was fine. Really not a big deal. But I know some people, they're like, well, I don't want to do that over my vacation. I mean, because it takes, 30 seconds to a minute to throw your comforters back up. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm
getting coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
For me, I prefer them to come in, like if I'm there for 10 days, I want them to come in maybe every other day.
Okay.
Refill my toilet paper, do my towels. That's about it.
And what I liked about at Disney is that you could call housekeeping and say, hey, I need towels. Hey, I have some trash that needs to go out. And they would say, okay, we'll be there in half an hour. We'll be there in an hour. And we say, okay. And we'd get everything together and have it ready to go. And, they would be like, here's a bag for your towels. If you could just put your towels in the bag. And we would hand them the towels. They'd hand us fresh towels. We would give them our trash. They'd give us fresh trash bags. So for us, it wasn't really any big deal. But I know that having kids makes it different. And so on our end, we just didn't use it. So to me, it's not really that much of a huge deal. But we did always leave a nice tip at the end of our stay for whoever was coming in to completely turn over the room. Because I mean, after someone's there I don't care if it's service every day, as turning over a room that's had someone in it for 2 weeks is going to take a little bit longer, because you're doing things like completely changing the bedding, completely cleaning the bathroom, completely doing it, instead of doing like a wipe down and like a quick sweep of the room, you're actually doing like more of a deep clean. And then especially if the person coming behind them has requested a deep clean, like for allergies or for a medical reason. So, I mean, in that factor, towels and trash is the biggest things for us. At Pop in April, they left towel carts out for the old ones and other carts had new ones. Seemed odd, but they had them there every day. I know some of the value resorts, they don't have as much housekeeping, had as much housekeeping on staff. So I think that was so that people didn't have to worry about people coming into their rooms. Like I said, I know that Disney's recalling housekeeping and hiring for housekeeping, but really it's probably not even going to, I would say it's probably not going to be for at least a couple months that we really know in what capacity housekeeping is coming back. Is it going to a by request? Is it going to a every other day? Is it going back to housekeeping will come into your room every day? And if you don't want housekeeping to come in, you must go to the front desk and opt out of it, with them still popping in to do a courtesy check. How is it going to come back?
I mean, okay, so it really depends. Like when it's just me and my sister, I'm okay with them only coming like every now and then. But when they did come, when we were at Pop and they did come, they took our towels and didn't replenish them.
Well, that's weird. I wonder if they forgot.
I don't know. But I was just like, where are our towels? And they took our trash and didn't replenish like the cups and things like that. And I mean, that's not as big of a deal. We had cups. But they didn't replenish our towels, and we get back at the room late. We don't have any towels to shower with, and we're like, hello, we need towels. And then they, like every night we would come back, all the trash cans outside were always overflowing, like stinky and overflowing.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. It was one of those things where you had to really pay attention to the trash cans.
Yeah, I think for one, it's a really, really busy resort because it's on the lower price for Disney.
Right.
I saw on the lower price for Disney. Our room was like $200 a night, and we had a standard room. So it's not cheap. You can get better customer service off-site at a cheaper rate in a nicer hotel. So when you're staying on property, you're really staying for the benefit of not having to drive onto property. Having that accessibility, you're paying that extra money and you're getting mediocre service. And you're paying for the theming too. They have good theming. But I know a lot of people that can't even afford a value resort. So I would suggest stay off property if you can't afford it. You still get immersed. You just lose immersion when you leave that day. Whereas if you're there on property, you're immersed the full time. Another option is there's resorts that have transportation to the parks that are around the Disney Springs area that are not Disney owned, and you can still get the extra benefits. If you're within walking distance of Disney Springs, hey, just walk over to Disney Springs and catch the bus.
The thing is you would have to take a bus from Disney Springs to a resort, and then a resort bus wait on a park bus, because the buses to the parks don't run until after 4 p.m.
Right.
That's to discourage people from
doing that, and from parking at Disney Springs, because it's free to park at Disney Springs and taking a bus. Right.
And I know people do it anyway, because people talk about it all the time. But if people continue to do it, we're going to see where Disney Springs is going to have a cost to park.
The parking area at Disneyland cost, I think, $25.
Yeah.
30. No, $35. I was talking to Christina. They said they went up. It's $35 to park there. But to be fair, you're still paying to go there. Disney Springs, which is downtown Disney, is attached to their parks.
Right. It's kind of like a parking lot anyway.
Yeah, and it's kind of like going to Universal. Like if you're just going to see, you still have to pay parking.
Right.
So the only difference between Walt Disney World and the other parks is that Disney Springs is not directly connected to any park.
Right.
And I think that's the only reason they don't charge, because I'm pretty sure all those retail businesses there would flip a lid if they did, because then it would draw less traffic to them.
Right. Agreed.
Now, if they were to somehow get a park right in that area, directly attached to Disney Springs, that would be their goal, to start charging the park there.
You know, I know Disney has been buying up they were buying up property before the pandemic. And so it really wouldn't surprise me if like one of their goals later on is to try to put some sort of something by Disney Springs, but there's really no place to put a theme park by Disney Springs.
There isn't.
There's no room to put anything there. I mean, unless I'm wrong. I mean, someone can correct me if I am.
Oh, I don't know. I would have to. You want me to Google map it and see?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, you're probably right. I don't think there is, but we can.
Ryan says, plus Disney Springs doesn't open until 10, so you lose park time too. That would be, they have an on property that you can walk to for Springs. Yes, that is Saratoga.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I. Either that one or Old Key West. Those two are the original DVC resorts. And I just can't remember which one is the original one.
All right. So, not really. There looks to be a little bit of space right behind the Hilton Orlando on Buena Vista by Black Lake.
Okay.
I don't think it's like enough space to put a park, and it's still across the street from Disney Springs, so it would still, I mean, you could probably use the same parking garages, but yeah, I don't really see enough space for anything. Like if they were to put something there, my guess would be kind of like another golf course, like a miniature golf course or something. It's not that big.
Yeah. The first time that Sam and I went to Disney in 2014, we actually only stayed on property for one night, and it was at All Star Movies. And so we ended up staying at the Clarion Lake Buena Vista, and we got it through Priceline. And it's a good neighbor hotel. It was maybe a 20-minute drive from the hotel. We had free parking. It was really nice, big rooms. Like the rooms at Disney are small. Like they seem to be smaller than a regular hotel room.
Definitely at Pop, like me and my sister felt cramped in Pop Century. We overpacked, like big time overpacked, and it felt cramped. I can't imagine having a family of 4 in one of those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I feel like all those and the All Stars are meant for like parties of like events, like cheerleading events, football events, where a bunch of kids can, like 4 kids in one room. It's not going to matter. The space isn't going to matter. They're freaking kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I remember I was in the band. I was a band geek in school. I was a cheerleader for basketball, and I was in the band for football. But my cheerleading basketball ended after middle school. So after middle school, I didn't cheer anymore. But we did trips. Jacksonville, Florida was one for the Gator Bowl, and we stayed in a hotel. And it was 4 kids per room, and I mean, you see that all the time, and that's really what I feel like those hotels are for.
Right.
4 kids having, I don't know. I just look at it. I really did love the fact that Pop had the Skyliner. I really like not having to drive onto property. But at the same time, when I reserved our rooms for February of 2021, when we didn't go because we moved the date up, the hotels were $220 a night, which is crazy for that room. It's nuts. But when I moved my trip up to October, they were giving us great deals. And I think it was because people were still kind of sketchy about going. And I ended up, I don't remember how much it went down to, but I remember that my 10-day trip, and I paid for myself and my sister, not including food, but it included the room, the day tickets. It included everything Disney aside from food and parking. It only cost $2,600 to do 10 days. And it was going to cost me well over $4,500 to do 8 days in February. So if their rates are still the $220 a night, I would stay off property. If
let's see. Lena's going to go into her travel agent website. Let's see.
One you should do on the next one of these you do, or even like on Castle Chat or on freaking Magical Makeup, we should get a list of all the Good Neighbor hotels and kind of read through their reviews and then just kind of talk about them in one of the shows.
Sure. We can do that.
I mean, you're a travel agent. I've been looking into becoming a travel agent for over a year now. I've checked out so many different ones.
Yeah.
So
she applied with my company.
I have applied, not necessarily, well, I guess it's applications, because I've submitted applications to about 3 or 4 different ones, and they've all contacted me and they've all been interested in me.
Did mine contact you?
Not yet. But I've listened to their pitches, and they invited me to their groups on Facebook, and I've watched their videos and stuff, and none of them really fit me yet. Like one of them you had a fee of $50 a month. I'm like, not worth it. The one that I was really, really considering, and I was still considering it even when I talked to you, is they charge you $50 a year, or no, it's $60 a year. They give you your free training. They're affiliated with Disney and Carnival Cruise and Universal and like 6 others. And I'm tempted to do theirs, but I do want to hear your company's information too. But yeah.
See, I didn't pay anything, and I don't know if that's Lisa that was on the Instagram last night. Lisa, she actually approached me. She had actually approached me last September, and I was supposed to get in touch with her, and like I deleted the message, I'd spaced it off, and something clicked in my brain, and I messaged her, wasn't I supposed to call you? She's like, yeah, we were interested in you being a travel agent. I'm like, oh, okay. It was kind of funny.
Let me ask you a question. Sure. I don't know how much you can divulge when we're on live, but your travel agency recently sent you to Universal to review and do certain things.
Universal sent me to Universal, yes.
Universal sent you to Universal.
Yes. Okay. It's called the FAM program. Any agency can, contact Universal and say, hey, we want to be able to sell Universal and get commission and work with them. When you sell X amount of dollars, and I don't know what it is, I don't know what that number is, you get to be called what's called a preferred agency. And that's where you I don't know what other agency, say Susie Joe's agency is just getting started, just on Universal. Their benefit is only 3 discounted tickets to Universal that you still have to pay half of it. And then, of course, if you can sell $1,200 in personal commission, you can get what's called a CLIA card, Cruise Line International, and then you pay for that and you get extra room discounts. With my agency that I'm with, Magical Enchanted Vacations, we are what's called a U preferred agency. That means we sell X amount of dollars, like I said, I don't know what that is, a year in Universal. So we not only get the 3 discounted tickets, we also get 1 free ticket. Mm-hmm. And the free ticket is for the travel agent. Being a U preferred agency also gets you into the FAM program. And that they send these out. Our agency just had another one right towards the end of school. I opted. There was some people that went both times last year and this year. I opted to say no, I'm not going to do it because it opened up a spot for someone who may not have gotten to go last fall. And Universal covered 2 nights at a resort. You had it was almost like a Google Doc to fill out or a Google form to fill out. Your name, your address, you had to give three, and it was Monday through Thursday, and it could only be through certain dates. And so I selected that I would want to check in on a Monday and out on a Wednesday because it's easy for would be easy for Sam to take me down on a Sunday to the airport. And they paid for that, and they paid they covered the room cost, and they covered a ticket. And originally, no. I paid for flight, food, and I purchased a photo package that I'd already had the photo package because we had planned to go on vacation, and I just went ahead and activated it for those few days. And then I was actually able to share my QR code with several other of our agents who have went. So I was like, here, don't buy it because it's really, unless you are going to go a lot, unless you're local, unless you really want to spend the money, their photo package really isn't worth it because they don't have a whole lot of photographers.
No, they don't.
So
I'm wondering, so I'm a Universal pass holder.
Yeah.
I get free parking. I get discounts on hotels. I get,
right.
So I'm wondering, if someone is, instead of saying, "Oh, here's you tickets to the park," would they pay for your airfare instead, or give you food instead?
Because you have to use their ticket because it's a way for them to track that it was used.
Maybe you could, if you've got an annual pass, you could take somebody with you and have them use your ticket.
Maybe, I don't know. You could, there was you got 1 free ticket, and I want to say you could buy up to 3 additional tickets at a discount. I can't remember if it was 50% off or if it was 75% off, and it didn't count against what your benefits were for completing the training. So for every year you have to, with Disney, unless you have earned $1,200 in commission personal and have your CLIA card, you cannot use Disney benefits for completing the free ticket, reduced hotel stays, that kind of thing. You have to make $1,200, and that's in a calendar year, January to December. So even though I've completed the training, I have my College of Knowledge certificate, I can't use any of the benefits because I haven't earned enough in commission.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's not a big deal. But every year there'll be updates. I know there's some updates that I could watch that aren't mandatory to watch. They're just extra information. But they'll give you a yearly update, but it doesn't affect your benefits. With Universal, literally it expires. If I had done my training last year on June 2nd, my training would expire today and I'd have to retake it tomorrow. And it's literally the same exact training. And you're going, and the funnier part is some of it's not updated. So you're going, this isn't even right. What? So I'm they still have as the endless summer resorts, which are their value resorts, as in construction.
What is? Oh, I was able to bring chat up, but I can't comment.
Right. That's because you're not the host.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I pulled up my DTA, which is Disney Travel Agent website. And I just clicked on a week, and the October 3rd through 9th, which I will be very shocked if there's something available because that's right after the 50th anniversary is started. I'm curious to see what, if anything, is available. Oh, hey, there is something available. That actually stuns me a little bit. For that week, the cheapest thing that is available is Coronado Springs at $276 a night.
So Coronado Springs is a moderate resort, and it's cheaper than like Pop.
Pop isn't even available.
Oh, got you. And it's how much a night?
$276.
So it's only like $56 more a night than a value resort.
Depending on time of year, yeah.
Wow. That upgrade might be worth it. I've stayed at Coronado Springs before. I stayed there my first trip. I'll say this. It's beautiful property. Mm-hmm. We had issues because our room, we were the first people to stay in our room right after renovation. It still smelled like paint. There was still a piece of paper on the wall that said wet paint. We went in there. There were no towels. There were no amenities whatsoever. Like they didn't put the towels in there. They didn't put like
that room wasn't ready to.
No, it wasn't ready. It was so funny. Like I don't know what they were thinking. And the place was not packed when we went. There wasn't really a whole lot of people. I think there were maybe 10 families staying in our building. We didn't get a text message until like 11 o'clock at night that our room was ready. And we get there and there's nothing in there. The lights wouldn't turn on. It was just.
I hope they were in a different room.
I don't know, but it was a mess. I guess because they put us as close to the preferred section as possible. So we were really close to the lobby, but we were facing the parking lot. And I guess that's why they gave us that room. They were like, well, here, have this room. But it was, oh my gosh, it was a mess. And it was in 2017 when they had all that construction. Not only were they building the tower, they were also renovating all the rooms, and they were still renovating in our building. And they were redoing the greenery out there. It was so noisy. I was like, I don't ever want to stay at this resort again. But I mean, I would give it a second chance just because I understand all the stuff that was going on. Like, yeah, it's worthy of a second chance.
Yeah, I get that. Hello, Two Broke Mice. Welcome in. Glad that you're here with us this morning for Coffee Corner.
I lied. Somebody did get back with me on Monday and asked me when I would be available to talk, and I responded on Monday, and I haven't heard back since.
Okay.
But yeah, I have been looking in, like I've been doing so much research and looking into being a travel agent because, for one, all my friends and family always call me up when they want to go somewhere, and they're like, help me plan, help me do this. And I'm like, well, am I not getting paid for this? I should be getting paid for this. So
yeah. I've had several people message me and go, oh my gosh, how much money do you make as a travel agent?
Not much, especially not unless you put like your whole life into it.
Yeah. Hello, Jacqueline. Welcome in. I was telling Christy, and I mean, each agency does it differently. You've got some agencies that, whatever commission amount they get, it's 50-50. 50 to you, 50 to the company. Like my company, they get 10% of the subtotal. So whatever the subtotal is. And sometimes it's really funny amounts. Like it's $12 is 10% of the subtotal. And then I get 70% of that 10%. And what's nice about where I go in to log it, all I have to do is put in that initial 10%. Maybe it's $12.32. I put $12.32 in the estimated commission amount and save it, and it'll actually tell me what my 70% is of that amount. Like this morning, I got $6, which was my commission rate from that 10%, $6 whole into my bank account from that. I'm rich. I don't have enough clientele to make it a full-time job.
Mm-mm.
It's one of those things where you have to, one of the reasons that I wasn't hired by a company when I looked into it years ago, probably in 2015 or 2016, was they're like, they're like, how many people do you know that book Disney trips? I'm like, well, 2 or 3. They're like, well, I'm sorry, you don't fit our criteria.
Right.
Criteria? What are you talking about? Don't you
Because
hope
they want you to make their company money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They
Yeah,
wanted me to have all of these people that I knew that booked, and see, they only booked exclusively Disney.
Oh, yeah, no.
I
want to be able to get discounts at, like, when I go home to see my mom and I'm grabbing a hotel there.
Yep, and that's what I love about it on a personal side, is that I can book a hotel. I'll use this weekend, for instance. We're going to Branson. Stone Castle Resort is where we always stay. They do pay commission. And all I have to do is book it like I normally would, enter our company's IATA number, and they will get 10%. And then in 30 days, I will get my 70% of 30%.
Yeah.
Now, our owner, his name is John. He's really nice. And that for Christmas, he gives us a gift of 80% for one trip during the year. And all you do is tell him, hey, here's the trip I want to use it on, and he'll go in, and it has a note in the note section that says 80% calculated for this one. So he can go into the website and manipulate that specific entry line that one is going to be 80%. And I think some agents that have been there longer who make more money do make 80%. So I think they get 85. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what their Christmas gift is. So I've played with that one. Like, I'll open up 2 or 3 windows of the same thing, and I'll be like, okay, what's this one get me? What's this one get me? What's this one get me? Because I want the most out of that.
Yeah.
And because next year, fingers crossed, I've got, and when I get paid for them is when, like, it's, even though they're booked for 2021,
You don't get paid until the trip's been taken.
Right. I don't get paid until after the trip's been taken by 30 days.
Yeah.
So if Sam and I are going to Disney towards the end of December, I'm not going to get that money until 2022. So I'm sitting here adding up my commissions going, okay, anything past this one, I'm not getting paid this year. I'm getting paid next year. What am I at towards that CLIA card? How many little random trips at $5 a piece am I going to have to take to get this CLIA card? Because I want my Disney discounts.
Yeah. Randy says, Christy's Disney trips are either a big mess or super awesome, not much in between. It's true.
I thought that made me laugh.
I don't know how that happens. I guess it's like Disney is like any other company. They just have an off week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that trip that I talked about at Coronado Springs, that we did screw up, but it wasn't overly dramatic screwing up like it was when I went to Pop. And it wasn't all of Pop's fault either. Pop Century got the brunt of my frustration because it started there. It was at the parks too on that trip. I couldn't get in. There was issues with my Magic Band, and it was just issues every day that 10-day trip. It's weird though, like when you're thinking about it and you're thinking, okay, so I had a bad trip at this time and I stayed at a moderate resort. I had an awesome trip this time and this time and this time, and I stayed at a deluxe resort, and I had a bad trip this time and I stayed at a value resort. And you're thinking it's because of the resort you stayed at. Not necessarily. Yeah, if you had issues at the resort, sure, it's the resort you stayed at. But if you had issues at the parks too, it's not just the resort. It was like that whole week was just a flop.
Yeah, it was a flop.
Yeah. So I can sit here and criticize Pop Century all day long because they did mess up, but it wasn't all their fault. And I can criticize Coronado Springs all day long, but that's also not all their fault because that week was a hurricane and our very last day was miserable at Epcot. It poured the entire day. It wasn't even just an afternoon shower. It poured the whole day. It was a miserable day, and it was our last day. So, yeah, my trips have either been like super awesome or just super disappointing. But out of them, only 2 of them have been super disappointing. And I got a free trip at an amazing resort out of.
She didn't take me either.
I took my sister.
Okay, and
It's my sister.
And
She's loving this.
I say I was loving your sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's the Universal Studios. The pants match.
I would love to stay at the Grand Floridian someday, but like for me and Sam, the funnier part is Sam and I've had a deluxe booked before, and we go back to like we'll end up canceling it because they're like, but we're gonna not be there that much.
I know.
And the thing is, though, you know, we've done the parks so much at this point. We've done 5 days in 2014, a week in 2015.
Hi, Jacqueline.
2 weeks in 2017, 2 weeks in 2019, beginning of 2020. We, at this point in time, we've done everything there is to do. And so when we go in December, we have one night at Disney before we head to Port Canaveral. We're not going to the parks.
You're going to just enjoy the resort.
We're staying at Caribbean Beach in a standard pirate themed room.
Oh, nice.
So, the full reason why we're actually not just going out straight out to Port Canaveral is that we had $800 on a Disney gift card. And we're like, we might as well use it. So we went, okay, do we pay for one night at a really expensive resort, and then still have food? Because our flight gets in at like noon. And, you know, give or take with Magical Express right now that we might be there about 2. But that's still 2 p.m. to, I think we have our car transfer service booked for like 4 p.m. on Sunday. That's still like a decent amount of time that we can explore the resort, go to Disney Springs. We still have mini golf as part of our magical extras. I
wonder when they're going to stop doing that.
Yeah. But see, not a lot of people use them.
I know. I've used it. It's cute. I mean, how many people can say, I went and played mini golf at Disney?
Right? And if you've never, Sam and I did Fantasia Gardens because that's the one that was open. Blizzard Beach wasn't open. And it's super simple to get to. Literally, you go to you can use the Skyliner and get off if you're staying at the Skyliner resorts, or take a bus to Hollywood Studios. Jump on the Friendship boats or the boats and go off at the Swan and Dolphin, and you literally walk through the Swan and Dolphin, across the street, and there's the miniature golf.
Yeah.
Fantasia Gardens. And it's so much fun. Very interactive. And I think I've got a video on it in my Disney playlist. I'll go in and try to find that and throw that in the chat.
I have this cute picture of Presley from behind. She's got her Stitch hat on with ears sticking up, and she's got her little miniature golf club. There is such a cute picture. I love it. But yeah, so that's also something that no one ever really talks about. They don't realize you can do those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe we should just start doing a let's talk travel kind of stream or something every now and then.
Hey, I've lost a subscriber this morning.
Oh my gosh, quit worrying about your numbers.
I only know it because I was coming in to check the playlist, but in the last like 10 minutes.
Mine fluctuate up and down like
I
crazy.
hate it. I have to, it messes with my head.
You have to quit worrying about it.
I know. Okay. I'm looking for it. Okay. I knew what it was called. I called it the one where they play mini golf because I thought it was a Friends, like the Friends reference. That is our link. That's the link to the miniature golf. But it was a lot of fun. There's so many cool photo ops as well. Along the course. Fantasia Gardens does have the Fantasia Fairway, and it's pretty much like a regular golf course. That's like right next to it. But it's hard. I've heard that one is actually really difficult. I think several other channels have like live streamed from the Fantasia Fairways, and it looks really difficult.
The one we did is that one over there by Swan and Dolphin, but we didn't do we did the more adult one because the wait was only 30 minutes, whereas the wait for the other one was 90 minutes.
Yeah. It really, you don't have to make reservations for mini golf. You can just walk up, but
you're going to wait a little bit.
You're going to wait a little bit. So that's something that I didn't know in 2019. I didn't realize that we should have made. And I mean, it was only, they quoted us an hour and it was like 45 minutes. So, I mean, it wasn't horrible. We just kind of sat there and we watched the people get drenched as they were coming through to the final few holes. I do recommend asking for an extra couple of golf balls when you are up there, because if you're on the far side of the putt-putt golf course and your ball goes in the water, you're going to have to walk all the way back to get another golf ball. So, and they have plenty there on hand. But yeah, I'm down if you want to come up with a travel, talk travel. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Let's do it. And we can rotate whose channel it's on so that we stay for the 20 hours.
Yeah. I know sometimes my crafting chats go long, but I think after about an hour, especially on Sundays during the school year, like 4 to 5 is like a good time limit for me, just because then I can get stuff ready for school the next day. So if I just plan to keep Craft and Chat to an hour and a half max, plus this stream, and then the few times a month I host Castle Chat, and then adding that in, that'll work for me. Just tell me what day you want to do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out and we can come up with a cute name for it, because I think travel talk is important, and we could actually just use it on Castle Chat nights if we want.
Up to you, because I know we tend to get off topic on Castle Chat, but I think people would get tired of Castle Chat being a travel one. But I think a separate travel live stream would, that way if somebody's like specifically wanting to know, like go, oh, I know, and we can pick topics, like we can talk about, I froze for a second, like miniature golf courses, and they don't have to in the Orlando area, and they don't just have to be on Disney property, because Universal has one in City Walk, and
we don't even have to keep it just to Universal or Orlando, because I mean there's places here.
Yeah,
you're close to a park. It should just be like a travel talk in general.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. That will be coming soon to those of you in the chat. We will probably get that discussed and figured out today.
Yeah, probably.
Because that'll be fun. And if anyone has like a specific destination, like you're like, hey, I know Lena goes to Branson a lot. Can we have a stream about things to do in Branson? Or, Christy lives near Nashville. Can we have a stream that talks about travel in Nashville? We're happy to do that. So let us know. You can message either Christy or myself with any locations that you would like us to focus on, or if there's topics you want us to focus on, like resorts, like favorite resorts, wherever, favorite food, favorite things to do, things like that. Please let us know. That will help us immensely.
I belong to like an adult Disney community on Facebook, and they ask questions like, what do you suggest to do in Magic Kingdom, or what? And I'm always like, okay, it depends on what your interests are and the age group, and then I'll like break down different types of scenarios in there.
Mm-hmm. Exciting news, exciting news, exciting news.
Okay.
Boo Bash tickets go on sale June 15th. However, if you are a resort guest, they go on sale June 8th. If you need Boo Bash tickets, call me, message me, call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I need a free trip. That's what I need.
I'll
just take like a free airfare and free hotel, and I can go to Universal because I got a pass.
That's right. Which pass did you get?
I think I've got Premier.
So you have a free HHN ticket?
No, I've got the one just below that, so not Premier.
Okay.
Preferred, maybe?
Preferred. Okay. All right. So this is from Disney Parks blog, and I will share my screen. I was like, I just got an email. Check your email on my MEV group. This is details about Boo Bash. It's going to be on 23 select nights, starting August 10th and continuing through October 31st from 9 p.m. to midnight. Special cavalcades will pop up during the night, including Mickey's Happy Halloween Cavalcade with Mickey Mouse and Friends, and there's going to be a Disney Villains Halloween Cavalcade, Jack's Nightmare Cavalcade, and Maleficent will also make it. So the dragon from the parade will make an appearance. Favorite friends will be lurking about: Carlotta at the Haunted Mansion, Goofy and Chip and Dale in their Halloween costumes, with surprise characters popping up across the park. Cadaver Dans will be making a comeback from the dead. Select complimentary snacks like ice cream, novelty, and popcorns, along with select beverages, are included in the cost of the event. So this sounds like it's going to be a combination of Not So Scary with the after hours event where the food is included. After the park closes today, guests enjoy lists for attractions. There will be specialty food and drinks available for purchase, including an apple ginger dale frozen drink, which is frozen apple cider mixed with ginger ale and topped with whipped cream. That sounds weird. And a Foolish Mortal funnel cake. So Disney Photo Pass. Let's see. Here are the dates. So yay! It will be going on while I am there. So I just have to see. We do not know. Oh, okay. Do we know a price yet? Okay. Tickets will start at $129 to $139 plus tax for August and September, and $159 to $169 in October. And Halloween night will be $200. If you are an annual pass holder or DVC member, it is a $10 discount for event nights in August and September. So, if you are needing tickets for that, please let me know. The dates for October 26th through 31st. It looks like you've got the 26th, the 29th, and the 31st. So it looks like ticket prices are going to be anywhere between $159 to $200, depending on which date you pick. And my guess is that the Halloween night is going to sell out fast because of there wasn't one last year, and people are going to want to be there on Halloween. I am hoping for the cheaper side of the tickets so that I can get my Boo Bash on while I am there in September.
Sorry.
You're fine. So that is super exciting. Looking at doing that on a non-park day, LOL. Yeah, I need to go in and see, because I know I have a trip booked and I have tickets already for a couple of those dates. I need to see what I have when, because I may need to do some switching around. I will definitely be doing and my Disney experience is down. Of course it is.
Why wouldn't it be?
Right? When in doubt, go incognito mode. Yeah. All right. So what are my? Oh yeah, I have it. I have Epcot on Friday and Magic Kingdom on Saturday. So I need to look at what the reservations look like right now and see if Magic Kingdom is open that day. View current availability. No, what? View current park availability. Because I would actually probably just stay in the park. I'll be staying at the Contemporary. Okay, they're all available. So as of right this minute, I'm going to go in and make those changes. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, you shouldn't do a theme park during the day if you're going to do a party at night. I'm only there a couple days, so I kind of have to do what I can, but I am just going to flip. And I know people say, oh, you shouldn't do Epcot on a weekend. You shouldn't do it on a Friday. Well, again, I'm only there a couple days, and I need to make sure that I can do what I need to do. And go.
It also really depends on, like, I don't know if they're still doing it, but definitely last year, Epcot was not opening every booth during the festival during the weekdays.
Yep. And I think that with the park days that are a party, people are going to try to avoid Magic Kingdom because you're already limited on time. They're not going to waste a ticket on Magic Kingdom for that day.
I need to get this. I'm going to mute.
That's fine. So I'm sorry if anyone's talking real quick. I'm making my changes that I need to make real quick so that I can, when those come out, I can make that purchase because I really am excited to go to Boo Bash. Super, super excited about that. Especially because food's included. I mean, that's a pretty decent deal if they're going to include some food. I am down for that. All right. And I was able to make my changes. So I will actually be at Magic Kingdom that whole time. Like I said, I will be staying at the Contemporary, which is going to be really fun. So let's see, pull up chat here real quick and see if I missed anything. Looking at the non-park days. So I was able to get everything changed. And so now I'll be at Magic Kingdom on Friday and for the Boo Bash, hopefully be able to get that. And then on that Saturday, I will be at Epcot. And I switch resorts that day anyway. I'm going to be switching from the Contemporary to All-Star Movies. So it's gonna be a good time. Whoa. Oh, sorry. All right, I'm going to do a breaking news video while we are sitting here talking about it because, hey, we want to make sure that everyone knows that this is going on. I'm booking some dining right now. Awesome! Woot woot! All right, so I'm going to, why I exited that out. Disney Parks Blog. Boo Bash. I don't want Twitter. Go away. I want this one. What dining are you booking, Miss Melanie? Hey, and it even works that I'm in my Halloween. It was meant to be because I'm wearing my Halloween top. Hey everyone, breaking news out of Disney this morning. We have details on Boo Bash. So let's get started because there's a lot to go over. So you guys in the stream are getting to hear it twice. Yay you! All right, so this information is coming to us from Disney Parks blog. It came out this morning, which is June 2nd, and it says Fantasy Reigns at Magic Kingdom Park, especially as we get ready for Walt Disney World Resort's 50th anniversary in October, and the world's most magical celebration. So that must be the theme for the 50th, the world's most magical celebration. Case in point, we recently announced the park will soon be your ghost host for Disney's After Hour Boo Bash on 23 select nights this year. And it starts on August 10th. It goes through October 31st from 9 to midnight. So we have some details, and this is all from the Disney Parks blog. Special cavalcades will pop up throughout the night, including Mickey's Happy Halloween Cavalcade, which will feature Mickey and friends dressed up for the occasion. Disney Villains Halloween Cavalcade. Villains will take to the streets and celebrate their favorite time of year. Jack's Nightmare Cavalcade will feature Jack, Sally, and Oogie Boogie riding down the parade path to This Is Halloween. And last but not least, we would never say this about her. That's from direct quote, Maleficent will make an appearance in the form of a fire-breathing dragon. So I'm assuming that that will be the big dragon from the parade. Some of your favorite friends will be lurking about, from the lovely Miss Carlotta at the Haunted Mansion to Goofy and Chip and Dale and Halloween Best, with other surprise characters popping up across the park. So I'm hoping that means that we're going to get some rare characters for this event. You can even stop and listen to Cadaver Dance during their special comeback from the dead performance. So, and this is what I'm really excited about. So I'm kind of taking from this article that we're getting a combination this year of Mickey's Not So Scary and the after hours events that included food. And here's why. Select complimentary snacks like ice cream, novelties, and popcorn, along with select beverages, are included in the cost of the event. So that's really great. After the park closes, stay guests enjoy less time waiting in line for more than 20 attractions, which includes Mine Train, Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder, Dumbo, Peter Pan, Space Mountain, and more. Variety of specialty food and drinks will be available for purchase, including an apple ginger Dale frozen drink, which is a frozen apple cider mixed with ginger ale and topped with whipped cream. That just sounds weird to me. And a Foolish Mortals funnel cake. Now, if you will have to go to the Parks blog and read all of it for yourself, but I will put a picture right here of this funnel cake. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat this by myself. I may need somebody to help me. It says you can get your fill of Halloween candy while trick-or-treating around the park. Costume masks are not permitted for adults. They can only be worn by children 14 and under. So I'm assuming that costumes are still going to be allowed. There's a know before you go and costume policy for the most up-to-date information, and those links will be in the Disney Parks blog article, which will be linked in the description down below. So here's what everyone wants to know. Pricing. Tickets for this hauntingly fun-filled 3-hour event will go on sale June 15th and can be purchased online or by calling Disney. Here's the thing. If you are a resort guest, you can book them starting as early as June 8th. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay. Breathe. Okay, tickets start at $129 to $139 plus tax for the months of August and September, and $159 to $169 plus tax for October. But if you want to go on Halloween, it's $199 per night. I mean, we all know that when it was Mickey's Not So Scary, Halloween night always ran more expensive. That's just kind of how it goes. Here, if you are an annual pass holder or a DVC member, you can take advantage of a $10 discount for events in August and September. There's a limited number of tickets as always, so order soon. And there are 23 dates, and those are going to be in the link. So make sure and check that out to see if your trip coincides with a date. So are you as excited as I am about Boo Bash? I am going to be there during one of the dates, and you know I'm going to try to make it to Boo Bash. So let me know in the description. Are you as excited as I am? Thank you so much for watching this breaking news update. We'll see you in the theme parks. Bye, everyone. All right. Boom. We can do. Never tried the Brown Derby. Heard it's good. Okay, Melanie says, I am booking the Hollywood Brown Derby. I like to have it at least once when I go back. Okay, I'm same as Grog Guy. I have never done the Brown Derby. It is something that I would like to do. So maybe in the future, on a future trip, it will be something that I can do. So I am getting ready to edit this real quick, but first I need to go into the Disney parks so that I can grab that photo. Also, something very interesting that I saw on Instagram was Busch Gardens had a little Insta story for Hello Scream. And it wasn't much. It was just like this really creepy hand that went across the screen. So we might be getting some Hello Scream news coming soon. That would be very exciting. One of the things I'm really shocked by, actually, is that we haven't heard anything more about Halloween Horror Nights for Universal. They announced it. They announced that Beetlejuice is going to be back. They announced it was going to be the 30th. No tickets. Nothing. Like, literally, there has been nothing else said. I'm literally a little stunned on this, guys. I mean, really. I don't understand why we have not heard anything. Does Universal now feel that they announced it too soon? Or, I mean, what? What is happening? Why are we not getting information? So hopefully maybe with Disney releasing this, maybe we'll get something. I'm hoping, because I know a lot of people are like, give me Halloween Horror Nights. Give me Halloween Horror Nights. So who knows? So I'm going to... Because there's a lot to go over. Sorry, y'all. You're like, we already heard it once. We don't want to hear it again. So, I am so excited. I wish that Christy could go with me. You're muted.
Hello.
You were muted.
Yes, I know. I was on the phone.
I know. That's fine. Oh, I'm so excited. And I was even wearing it was Fate because I wore I stayed in my Halloween top.
Fate.
Fate. Hello.
Hello. Oh, my head will not stop hurting, like pressure right here.
I'm trying to find where I talked about the food. I need to find here. Where was... Okay, costumes before that. Ha! Found it. Woo woot! Just took me a minute.
Lindsay posted the 4th of July stuff she's going to use.
Yeah.
And she said, America Mouse.
I'm
like, I love being in the know.
Right? It's so much fun. Have you eaten at the Hollywood Brown Derby before, Chrissy?
I have not. I saw Randy's note there about the Brown Derby, and I really want to try their Cobb salad. Kathy and I did check into it while we were there to see if we could get on the patio, but the wait was too long. So we ate at Baseline Tap House, which is one of my favorite places in Hollywood Studios to eat.
Okay.
It is all appetizers and pretty much beer and mixed drinks, but those appetizers are so filling and so good that you cannot pass it up. I will say both Kathy and I have a gluten allergy, and you can't avoid the gluten at Baseline.
Yeah, I can see that.
But if you're okay with having, kind of an ill stomach, then eat there.
Was it worth it, Christy?
It was. We ate there twice in the same trip. It was that good. And then, so there are a couple of places that we really just loved. So we ate at multiple times. Like, we went there in October and in December. So another place we ate at again was Beaches and Cream. We loved it. She just got back from a trip from there like 2 weeks ago. And we ate at Enzo's Hideaway Bar when we were there in October. She ate there again last week and loved it. And they have gluten-free pasta for anybody that has a gluten allergy. But yeah, a couple places are definitely worth it. For sure. It's so good. I'd eat there. Well, let's see, what else? What other places do we eat?
I want to go to Hollywood Brown Derby to try that grapefruit cake.
Oh yeah, that sounds good too. Skipper Canteen. We ate there twice too. We love Skipper Canteen.
I've heard mixed reviews on Skipper Canteen. Like, some people say that it's good. Some people are like, "Oh, really? It could, like, it's a love it or leave it."
So here's the thing: their foods are a little different. They're not your run-of-the-mill foods. So if you don't like to experiment with food, then you're probably not going to like it. But if you do like to experiment with food, it's really good. And I ate the same thing both trips because it was so good. And their drinks are really good. It's really good. I really like it a lot. And most of their dishes are gluten-free already because of the kind of, like, they use like rice noodles or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so good. Another thing that we really love, and we got 3 times, is the Cockamore float over there in Aloha Isle, and the spring rolls at the spring roll cart. We got 2 or 3 times. In case you're like, well, I don't want to go to Skipper Canteen, it's kind of pricey. True, it's pricey. But there are plenty of places that are really good.
I think that's kind of it. I'm not an adventurous eater. It's like, no, but I think Sam would like it.
Are you looking at the menu?
I'm not. I'm uploading that video real quick. Getting it uploaded so I can. YouTube is getting on my nerves lately. Just saying.
I'm struggling with YouTube right now. Like
half the time, if I fill everything out, if I try to make it public right away instead of private, it will actually reject my video.
That's weird.
I have to
know why, because it goes through checks. Yes, Theme Park Adventure Skipper Canteen is really good. It is delicious. Yeah. Go there for 2 appetizers and lobster soup and the mozzarella and tomatoes. Yes. Baseline is so good.
So I had to upload it as private, but I guess that gives me more time to go in and edit real quick.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
I see. I'm just not an adventurous eater.
head is exploding. I am very much an adventurous eater. I like to try things. I will say, I usually really love all the food booth stuff at the at the festivals. But one of the festivals I went to, it was food and wine. I don't remember which year, but I got the pistachio pound or bundt cake. It was so gross, really, really gross. And I was like, "Kids, do you want to try this? It's pound cake, or it's bundt cake." And they're like, "Yeah." They hated it too. They're like, "That's gross." I'm not the biggest fan of pistachio anyway.
I like pistachios. That just sounds weird. I'm so
like the like the oh my gosh, why is my mind going blank? Dry ice cream, that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want to like it, but I feel like when they're using dry ice to make it, and it looks really cool when they're making it, it's just not flavorful. It's so cold, it's not flavorful. Like, it takes the flavor away from it when they use dry ice.
I can see that.
I'm just not on board with it. Everybody's like, "This is so good." Well, I had it twice, and I couldn't get on board with it.
What? I wish that you could come out to go to Boo Bash. We would have a ton of fun together.
If I could go for free, I would.
I know.
I miss the place.
Me too. And Growl Guy said back up, the Universal one is referring to Putt Putt Golf. The Graveyard one at City Walk.
The what?
The Graveyard Putt Putt Golf at City Walk. I will be right back. I will just...
I think I'm about to sell another item. Oh, I'm alone. She did say she'd be right back. Man, I do not feel good. I'm trying to think of so she's talking about the Boo Bash. Sorry, my nose is running. We went to the Halloween party a couple of years ago and loved it. I hope it's just as good as that. When she gets back, I gotta go potty.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom.
Oh, that's what I was about. That's what I said. When she gets back, I gotta go potty.
I was like, I had to go. I had to go like while you were muted, and I was like, I have to wait. So she gets back, and then I was in the middle of filming the video. All right, you are released to use the bathroom.
Okay. I've got to change my offer price on this because somebody's wanting it for a certain price. And I said, okay, give me just a second.
Yay, glad that your stuff's selling. You don't happen to have a Halloween bag, do you?
I do. Hold on, I'll show it to you.
Go potty first.
All right, let's see.
Okay, and this will probably be a good travel talk question, but I'll ask here too. What do you think about Disney like going away from the magic bands?
I like the magic bands. I prefer to keep them. Here's the one I've got.
Oh, that's cute. That is cute.
I have it listed at 28, but
that's not
people
bad.
can make offers.
Oh, that's good. That's cute. I'm sure that one with Boo Bash being released today, that'll sell quick.
I hope so. Someone just made a bid on one of my other Harry Potter lounge flies. I did not realize I had so many Harry Potter lounge flies. I had like 5 or 6.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I listed all but one.
Go potty and come back.
Okay.
We have been on almost 2 hours. That's awesome. I'm waiting. I'm waiting on getting ready to do stuff in a little bit, but we are going to hang out for a little while longer. Make sure to tell your friends, come hang out with us. I'm actually going to do an Insta story real quick. Juke. Hey everyone, we are having a coffee corner this morning, chatting with Christy from Christy's Corner. Come hang out with us. We've been on for about 2 hours now, but we're still going to be on a while longer, so come chat with us. We are talking Boo Bash. See you there. We have one person still hanging out with us. Hello, we're glad that you're here with us. It is so exciting that things are starting to open up. We're starting to get information. Definitely, I think I'll make sure and mention this again when Christy gets back, is one of our topics should be Halloween. Different places to celebrate Halloween, whether you have kids or whether you have horror fans. So Sam laughs at me because during the day, and if you could actually see what I have running in the background on my TV, I'm actually watching A Haunting on Discovery Plus. I can sit and watch The Haunting. I can sit and watch like the other like true paranormal shows. Doesn't faze me. Hand me Saw. Hand me Freddy versus Jason. Hand me a horror movie and I'm up for a month. Sam's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. There has to be something wrong with me, literally. Because the true paranormal stuff doesn't faze me. The fake stuff freaks me out.
The true paranormal stuff for me, if it's where they're holding the camera and shaking it and stuff, I can't do it.
Like, I'm watching, like, in the background right now, I've got A Haunting that's playing in the background. Like, true, like, paranormal experience type stuff. That I can handle. I'm like, I don't know why that doesn't faze me. When, like, I know that should be the stuff that terrifies me more than, ooh, it's a guy in a mask. I don't know. It just does. I was, while you were gone, I was saying that one of our travel talk themes should be Halloween activities. to do. I need to grab the hold on.
I don't know why we hadn't thought about doing this long ago.
I don't know. All right, I've got my handy dandy teacher pen. What is that? Oh, that's actually paper I needed for school. Cool. I was wondering where that set of notes went. So, Halloween.
In case anyone wants to know, I'm eating ratio, keto-friendly, vanilla. This is my breakfast because I realized that I was starting to get nauseous.
Do you add anything to your yogurt?
Mm-mm.
My mom would actually, like, because you know that, like, once you get to a certain point in the cereal, like, if it's been a while, it gets stale. My mom would crunch it up and, like, crunch it down and sprinkle it on top and mix it in her cereal. I mean, mix it into her yogurt.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Well, I don't buy a lot of keto cereal because most of it's gross. I do have a reel that I created not long ago. I haven't posted it yet of a keto cereal. It totally tastes like not Cocoa Puffs, Trix.
Like, I love granola, but like it takes a lot. Like, you literally have to walk away from it and go back to it because granola is hard on your teeth. But I'll mix up some granola into my yogurt.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got Halloween, Christmas, mini golf, and any specific locations that people want us to talk about.
The resorts that are, what'd you call it?
Good neighborhoods?
Good, yeah, those. We should also talk about like places like Icon Park that aren't Universal or Disney.
So just Orlando Entertainment.
Yeah.
For good neighbor resorts, do we want to break that down further, like to Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal, Disneyland? Or just try to encompass it all in one?
We should break them down in separate streams.
Okay. This is how my brain works. Okay, I've got our list started.
Go ahead and add Dollywood in there somewhere.
Okay. Got it. I'll add in Universal, SeaWorld.
Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights should be its separate thing too.
Okay. And probably Howl-O-Scream. That's at Busch Gardens. I don't know if you were away, but Howl-O-Scream actually posted something to their Insta stories this morning. It was just this white hand coming across the screen and starting to pull like the screen across, and then nothing. I was like, well, that was highly disappointing.
I have never been to Busch Gardens.
I haven't either. The funnier part about that is that you qualify for a free ticket.
Oh yeah, military. I know.
Because did you get your blue card or did you just retire?
I didn't retire. I put in 6 years.
So yeah, every once in a while they'll have the veteran, like the veteran tickets that's open for everybody. And I'm like, Sam and I are like, oh, we should have went to San Antonio and used our free SeaWorld tickets, and we didn't. but next year we'll definitely do that. So you need to keep I'll let you know. I'll keep watch for you. You'll have to create an ID.me and verify your veteran status though, because it has to go through the ID.me. They made it really hard to do it now.
No.
So I've got Universal SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Silver Dollar City, Disney. Any other ones? And I've got Dollywood.
So there's like a water park here in Nashville.
Okay.
Called, oh my God, what is it called? Let me Google it. I don't remember. I've never been, but I think we may be going soon with the Girl Scouts.
I'm just writing down Nashville Water Park.
Nashville Shores.
Okay.
We should just do all-encompassing zoos because the Jacksonville Zoo in Florida is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And we have a pretty cool zoo here too.
All right. And we could list like our favorite zoos and our not so favorite zoos.
So St. Louis, Missouri has a
Fantastic.
Decent.
There's one in Oklahoma City that's horrible.
Oh, okay. So compared. But St. Louis, Missouri Zoo, last time I went, was free to the public. I don't know if it still is.
It still is.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's big.
Yeah, it is big.
But I think they get like public funding. I'd have to do some research into that. I'm not quite sure on that.
I'm a little spoiled with the Nashville Zoo. The Nashville Zoo costs money to go to, but it feels almost like you're walking through Animal Kingdom. It's really themed well. Like if you live in my area and you just want a slice of Disney, you can go to the Nashville Zoo. You can go to Rainforest Cafe. You can go to Blaze Pizza because we have Blaze Pizza.
Okay. We've got a good list started. We just need a name.
I have no idea why we didn't think of this before.
Because we're stupid sometimes.
I guess. So I think it should be something simple like
Travel Talk.
Travel Chat, Travel Talk, Travel whatever. And it should stick with the word like travel rather than Disney or Orlando or whatever.
Travel Talk. Like it'd be Travel Talk hyphen, or semicolon, Good Neighbor Resorts, Walt Disney World. Travel Talk, semicolon, Dollywood. That way it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
I like it. Travel Talk. I'll go in when we're done here. I'll go into Canva and send you a couple ideas for
thumbnails,
and we can decide when you want to do it and which ones you want to do.
Sounds good.
So, well, it's been 2 hours, and I need to get started on some housework.
Okay, I'm already been working, but
I know. So, thank you everyone who's come in and out. Thank you to the one person we still have watching, which I'm not even sure if it's not me.
It's probably Randy.
Thank you no, I think it was me because I clicked out of my chat and it went 0. Thank you everyone for coming to hang out with us and be watching for Travel Talk. So thanks so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.